Enjoy Prime, the ultimate experience.
Welcome back to Prime Morning. Wrapping up the show today, I'm going to be talking to Amdia Abdul Latif. She is communications and advocacy. You're in charge of it at Days for Girls, one of my favorite organizations in the country so far. They're doing so well, trying to encourage the girl child despite all the challenges they have during their menstruation, and so they keep promoting menstrual hygiene. However, there have been some challenges. Amdia, tell me so far what's been happening with Days for Girls. Give me an update.
Thank you, Emefa. This for Girls is trying so hard. We've been working just so we can help the young girl. We can provide dignity and health for the young girl to manage her monthly menses in a safe, dignified way. So yesterday was International Day of the Girl Child, and then we did so great.
What did you do yesterday?
Yes, we went to distribute sanitary pads, our washable, sustainable washable pad, and I know you like them.
I do.
Yes, so, and then we did menstrual health education as well. We did role play, so we empowered the young girls on menstrual health, and we also taught them how to use our menstrual products.
Is this to say that, well, we know the challenges with menstruation, but is it really contributing and playing a major role in not encouraging the girl child to get to where she's supposed to be?
Exactly. In fact, menstrual health is actually the barrier between the girl and education at this moment, because from the onset of menstruation, that is MENAC, the girl is faced with so many challenges, especially the girl in the rural area, because these young girls are facing the most challenges in our part of the world. They are faced with poverty, extreme poverty, inequality, underdevelopment, lack of opportunity in our rural areas, and these young girls struggle actually every month just so they could have menstruation, they could go through their biological phenomenon. They are struggling with access, they are struggling with information. How to even manage, how to manage their menstruation. You know, menstruation has to do with flow of blood from the vagina, through the vagina. Yes, you have to say it as it is. Of
course it is.
Yes.
Where else can it come from anyway?
Of course. We need to appreciate our bodies and no more calling a spade a little fork. It is a spade.
It is a spade. Thank you for that one.
So, during this period, these young girls do not have information how to manage their period. They don't even know the right products to use. Even if they do not have access. Because of poverty, they are struggling in between food and, you know,
yeah, you choose food over, because that's a pressing need.
Because having even 1 square meal a day is a problem.
Yeah.
So how can a family prioritize your menstruation over their daily upkeep?
You have been on the field for a while. Is this something we can fight?
Yeah.
Does it look like we can fight
it?
I'm asking because of all the cultural barriers.
Of course, it has to start with education. There's so much talk about menstruation these days. Everybody is talking about menstruation. So I think we are a step ahead on that direction. But I think we need to move away from the talking. There's so much talking. Yeah, it's good. That's the awareness creation. But we need to attach action to these talkings. We've done enough talking. It's time to invest. How do you take action when you don't, like, there's no investment or funding? So Days for Girls is actually having, amazing products, because if you really want to solve the problem of the young girl, you need to give her a sustainable solution. You need to give her products that can be able to help her body, that is good for her body, that is even good for the planet.
Okay.
Yes, because the disposable parts we have in the markets, one disposable part, for instance, could contain about 4 plastic bag carriers. So if every 3 to 4 hours, every young girl or every menstruating female will have to dump their
I hear it takes many years to decompose.
It takes 400 to 800 years. Outliving the entire lifespan of the user.
Yeah.
And imagine half the world is female.
Yeah.
So if every menstruating female is, disposing of their used parts every 3 to 4 hours, you can imagine the filth.
Right.
we are creating ecological damage. And these things, however, I like to ask you, when you throw your pad away, where exactly do you mean away?
Think about it.
It ends up on the landfills or even in our choked gutters.
Yeah.
When I was coming this morning, just
flooding. It's flooded, right? I got here before the rain. It must be terrible for you to get here. I see how tired you were when you got in here.
Yes.
But how did you identify the communities you had to go and give the supplies to?
It's in partnership. So when we communicate these situations and then we try to find schools that are really in need. Because we have to identify young girls that are coming from backgrounds that do not have that support in terms of poverty level. Yes, so we identify them and then we give them our support. So we don't just give the pad, we do it along with menstrual.
So in going to these schools, did you come across some of the young women who are showing signs of psychological stress because of menstrual, you know, how to you know, manage menstrual hygiene or menstruation itself? The
psychosocial impact is extreme. We don't see it. We only see the physical. She doesn't have a pad, she soiled herself. And you think that is it. That is not just it. The girl child is going through both physical and emotional and psychological changes during her puberty. So what you see is one, but what goes on psychologically, mentally, and even emotionally is something you can't touch, but she's going through them.
Well, like what?
Low self-esteem.
Okay.
Low self-esteem. She doesn't have the confidence anymore.
Okay.
Her well-being, all these things are up here in the mind and affects her even her future, because this psychological trauma she goes through creates anxiety.
I agree. So I was reading a story yesterday about a community up north where the school children are not allowed to cross the river to go to school, especially in their menstrual period. Now I was thinking, that's not good for the girl child. But then again, if that's the only source of drinking water, how do you allow a woman who's bleeding to cross it? So how do we help me find a balance here?
I love that. That is just it. You know, we have over the years, we've not been able to define misconceptions and taboos.
Great.
From, as in, explaining the realities. This is the reality. Of course she's bleeding. She can't, like, of course when she gets into the water, there will be contamination.
The question will be, why is the girl even crossing the river to go to school in the first place?
We have, that is also different. I mean, it's a whole problem for the, I mean, especially these young girls in the rural community. So, of course, she can't cross the road. She can't cross the water because she might end up getting the water contaminated. So they should be understanding that, oh please, you are menstruating and at the moment you're not supposed to come in contact with the water because that is where we source our drinking water.
Is that not a form of stigma?
No,
it's not.
It's how you put it. When you tell her when you cross the river you will die because you are menstruating, or
some god will devour
you, your entire generations to come. That is a stigma. That is taboo. You are misconceptions and myth. That is not true. What is true actually is when you cross the water and then you contaminate the water, we can't drink it because we're going to fall sick when we drink the water. So you see how we can...
The conversation is a little wider and even bigger. I know how much Days for Girls have been trying hard to get the government to at least even cut down on taxes on, you know, the products that women use. How is it looking like? Is it a conversation that the government is listening to?
Yes, everything boils down to leadership and governance. So, of course, the government has so much to do when it comes to menstrual health situation in Ghana and even across Africa. One, I don't see why we should tax menstrual products.
Right, because
the label is luxury tax.
It is.
Can you believe that? It is luxury.
Right, no, but period is not a luxury.
But 20% luxury tax.
It's 20.
How can?
So I'm still fascinated with this product that your president brought the last time. Show it to me again. And she was telling me that, so now this is manufactured here in Ghana to at least to make accessible very easy. But then again, you're taxed on the raw material. I hear the taxes on the raw materials are high.
Because these are specialized type of fabric. They are called cotton flannel. They cannot be sourced in Ghana.
Okay.
Not even in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? What makes it so? This looks like...
It's a specialized...
This is like I can get GTP to do it.
No, this is flannel.
Forgive my
It's only the pod, here, this one, that we source here in Ghana. But this fabric, especially this one, which is the liner, that is the absorbent layer, it is super comfortable. I mean, as in terms of texture.
Yeah.
So this one, you need to be able, as you are providing a sustainable product, you need to be able to give out quality. So we can't just source any fabric. So these are specialized fabric, and in our international, Days for Girls International, is helping to make this available for us in Ghana here.
Okay.
So we source them outside, and it comes a lot with tax, huge tax.
Okay, so typically, what would I find Days for Girls if I wanted to help a girl who is, I mean, adhering to nature? And so what is it called? You call it what? Pods?
Yes, this is our Supreme kits.
Okay.
Yes, and we have the pod. The pod normally, because if you are new to it and you want to try it, we have a pod, which is just this one, and then the liners. And then we call it a pod. Pod is products of dignity. Okay. Yes, so you can have this one as your trial. But when we want to give out to the young girl to help her manage her menstruation for 3 good years without monthly purchases, we give her our Supreme kit. Okay. And our Supreme kit comes with a lot of goodies. It comes with panties because we know she needs them.
I'll quickly demonstrate how I can put I can use it if it was the time of the period.
Okay, this is the cycle chart to track her yearly menstrual cycle. This is the Ziploc where she can put it. And then these are the parts.
So as you are telling me earlier that it's been established that one thing that is hindering the girl child is menstruation, you know? And so this is established, and yet we find out that the products that a young girl will use during the month, the time of the month, is taxed, luxury taxed. Like, I don't understand it. 20%. Okay, and people are trying to, you know, help the situation by providing a more suitable and sustainable measures, and even that one as well is expensive because then they're taxing the raw materials. Then we won't move forward with this situation. We can't get the girl child.
That is why we need a government to come on board.
Okay, oh, that's how it looks.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Please don't task our parts.
I was going to ask you to give us your final words, actually.
Menstruation is a biological phenomenon. It works, what makes us women and fruitful women as such, yes. And it is so significant that our entire species actually depends on menstruation. Because without menstruation, MFA, you won't be here gracing Joy Prime. So it is also a basic human right. People, I mean, refuse to see that, especially the government. Education, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't see menstrual.
To say, you know, it's still bringing like
mind-boggling.
20%.
We need to. I mean, the media is crucial in this
I know that they're taxing the business owner, but trust me, the business owner it would definitely put it on the end user, and so you're not doing us any harm. I mean, that girl in Bolgatanga cannot go to school at the end of the month if it's this expensive. Dear, please, I'll leave you to tell me your final words and exactly what you want us to do for Days for Girls.
Okay, so if the government really want to push the agenda of especially the Sustainable Development Goals, I know our president is so much into it. Menstrual health actually directly supports 6 of the current Sustainable Development Goals.
True.
So if the government focuses a little more on menstrual health and providing sustainable solutions, I would really appreciate the work on the taxes. And also, if the government, I hear there's a lot of education about menstruation now and support.
True.
So if we really want to help the girl, we can't go for products that you have to provide every month because menstruation is a monthly occurrence. So every month, if you give a pad this month, trust me, next month you have to go begging and provide a pad again.
Absolutely.
So you need to give sustainable solution. Our sustainable menstrual pad, which is eco-friendly, comfortable, and easy to wear and wash, actually lasts for 3 good years, providing the young girl access and affordability, and even protecting the planet from plastic period and menstrual waste.
Thank you so much, Amdia. Thank you. I'm sorry, the rain had to hold you up so much that we don't have enough time, but thank you. We'll do this again, okay, every now and then. But a happy birthday to Vera at Reggie Manuel Gray Estate, Nungwa, Barrier. May God bless you and keep and make your face shine, and also enjoy your day. This is coming from your husband, Okuto, the director here at Prime Morning. Happy birthday, Vera. Vera. Thank you so much to Cheesy Pizza. It's a rainy day, order one and enjoy a box of cheesy pizza at home. My name is Emefa Kosiadeti. Benjamin was here earlier and Jay was here as well. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.